All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to use the Land Portal mobile app. This mobile app has been out for almost about a year, and it has been so effective in helping people's businesses be more efficient or just doing your land business on the run. So let's get to it. So before I get started here, if you don't currently have the Land Portal app downloaded, it's in the App Store, it's on the Android store, it is on both of those, so get it downloaded. All right, let's get rolling here, guys. I have the Land Portal mobile app up, and to start, let's just have zoom in to an area. I want to start with due diligence. I think that's a really important thing that a lot of people think they have to be in front of a computer on. So let's zoom in. I'm going to zoom in. This is somewhere in Arkansas. Doesn't really matter. Let's go to our filters. I'm just going to turn off owner names to make it a little easier for us as we zoom in. And let's find a good property here in Arkansas. All right, so here we have a property in rural Arkansas. And like I said, I want to start with due diligence. So let's exit out of that. And what you're going to see when you exit out, we still have the property overlaid, but we're going to hit this button in the bottom right so we can see our filters. All right, so starting from the top, actually, let's just go down a little bit and let's go through the standard filters that you guys see a lot of places. Let's do contour lines, FEMA floodplain, and wetlands. And you can see here how much detail it has. It's like you're on your computer. The contour lines are extremely detailed. We can see that we have either a creek or a small river, probably just a creek in the back of our property, which is water feature as well as wetlands and floodplain. So a lot going on back in the property. You can see it slopes down off of the road. So it starts at 580 and then it slopes down there to 540 and then goes all the way down to 520. So it slopes 60 feet from front to back on this property. All right, so let's clear off these three filters. It's good to know, good information as we are comping, as we are doing due diligence on a property. And what I'm going to do next is, I don't think I hit water features yet. So I'm going to hit water features here. And you can see it has a creek name. So you have a creek in the back of your property, which is a great attribute to have on a piece of land. But that being said, we want to make sure it's boatable. All right, so we looked at the contour lines. What we can click is this boatable clusters section. This is looking at the slope. This is AI that is taking a look at the slope of the property and determining, is this property boatable or not? And you can see it found one buildable area, not directly on the top. So it's going to be a little bit difficult getting a driveway down there. Let's see where. And you also want to look like, does this overlay with the floodplain or the wetlands? Let's see what this looks like. So some of that is in the floodplain. See about wetlands as well. I'm just checking, like, as I'm doing due diligence on the road, does this property work? Like, are we going to be able to build there? All right, so we do have quite a bit of it outside of that floodplain, the boatable area. The next thing I want to do, that's good information for sure, seeing that boatable area, but let's actually look at the land. Let's look at 3D. All right, so 3D, and you can see what it was talking about with that area in the middle land being more flat. It slopes very, very hard off of the road, pretty almost straight down. And then we do have a flat buildable area. The question with that area is going to be, how wet is it? Wet? How wet is it? Anything like that? Can we actually put a house? Based on the slope, absolutely. You can put a house, you can put a mobile home on that part of the land. But the question is, can you do that with the other aspects of the land? So let's take off 3D, and really, really cool thing that you can do here. So we want to get a perspective of this slope. We're going to hit the little Google Earth guy, the Street View guy, and it's going to take us right down to the road frontage here on the property. You can see, let's just scroll down a little bit. Looks like someone blurred some of that in terms of when you own a piece of property, you can blur it out. I'll zoom down a little bit, see what this looks like if we can see. But you can see to the right here without that blurred area, you can see how much it drops down off of the road just in general. But this is extremely helpful as you're doing due diligence on the land. Get on Google Street View directly from the mobile app and see what's going on with the property. All right, so what I'm going to do next, at the bottom, you can see all the information. I'm going to actually click that and we're going to pull up some more detailed information of the land. So on here, you can actually see other properties owned by this owner. So maybe they own something nearby. Sometimes you'll see that they own 10 other properties and you're talking to them on the phone. I see you own a lot of other properties. Do you have any interest in selling anything else in terms of vacant land? All right. AI report, you can do the AI slope report or the AI comp report just like you're on your computer. Honestly, guys, the one thing that we do not allow on the app is list pulling, is pulling huge lists of properties, just because that's really something that is meant to be on your desktop. Everything else you can do from here. Comping land, AI reports, even skip tracing, as you can see here. So if you hit skip trace, you can actually see the skip trace. You can add email to it. I'm not going to click it for privacy concerns, but that being said, you can skip trace, get phone numbers directly from here. Maybe you pass a piece of land you like on the road and you're like, I want to see if I can buy this. I want to call this owner. I want to whatever it is to this owner, and you reach out and you see what you can make happen. MLS details, if there are any public MLS details for the property, you'll be able to see it there as well. But amazing information here. If you want to actually go to the property, there's these 3 buttons at the top. One, you can actually save the property. So if you want to save it, you can see that I just saved the property there and then removed it. Let's keep it saved though. If you want to take it to a Google map, or to a map, you can see here that it is going to actually take you directly to your Maps app where you can get directions to that property. All right, last thing I want to show here is the MLS feature, what you can actually do. So let's type in a county here. Let's go Monroe. I'm just going to type in Monroe County, Georgia. You can use this just like Zillow, guys. Like, it has the MLS data within here. You can do a lot of stuff within this app. All the stuff I've showed up to this point, you cannot really do anywhere else. But I'm going to show you how to use the MLS overlays within here. So I typed in Monroe County, Georgia. I'm going to go status. Let's just go sold in the last, I'm going to make it pretty small. Let's just go sold in the last 6 months. I'm going to hit done there. I'm going to go to details. I'm going to do let's go 2 to 5 acres. All right, so not a huge. I'm going to hit done, and I'm going to go type. So right now it's showing everything. I'm going to go type, and I'm going to hit land. So all I'm looking for is vacant land. And now within here, you can see all these properties. So what you can do, a couple options from here, you can click the property and you'll get the information just like that. Click the information, get all the MLS details within there. You can comp directly from here, or you can actually scroll up at the bottom where it says 12 properties, and you can see the list view of all these properties within Monroe County, Georgia, 2 to 5 acres that have sold in the last 6 months. All right, so finally, you pull your data from Land Portal. How do you actually get that property up? So let's go to, if you use Google Sheets, if you put your data into Google Sheets, put your data, maybe it's in Launch Control, the Launch Control app. What you need is the hyperlink from Land Portal. When you pull data from Land Portal, this is a direct export from Land Portal here, and I'm scrolling over and I'm looking for the hyperlink column. And you can see here, hyperlink column. And what I'm going to do, all of these links are custom links for that property. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to click one, I'm going to pull it up. And you can see it's going to pull up this property. So you're on the go, you get a phone call, you look up the reference number on your sheet on the go, you click the hyperlink, you know exactly who you're talking to, the details of the property without having a computer near you. So that is the value in this. You can connect it directly to those hyperlinks from when you pulled your list, connect directly to the app. So that is it, guys. You are able to use the Land Portal app on the go. It is so helpful in your business. If you don't already have it downloaded, download it. If you don't already have Land Portal, we'll put a link in the description below. There's a 7-day free trial, or get started with one of the higher plans. There's some amazing plans on there. Other than that, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next time.